Hi, my name is Anthony Muller, and I'm going to give you a quick breakdown on the resurrection of image SEO.
It's alive!
Image SEO, for those who don't know, is the practice of optimizing your images for higher visibility in search engines. So essentially, you're altering the captions, tweaking the captions, the file names, URL structure, etc. They all play a role in how a search engine will rank your content, the visibility of your images. Prior to 2013, many publishers and content providers received quite a bit of traffic from Google image searches, all image searches. In 2013, Google added a nifty little feature called the View Image button. Now, this button essentially, what it did was when you clicked on it, didn't take a user to the actual website. What it did do is pull up the full high-res image in a separate window, almost like right-clicking an image and having it open in a new tab. So you just see the image, but you wouldn't see the surrounding website or the website itself. Many publishers and content creators felt that this practice was essentially jacking content.
Thank you.
I can't really say that I disagree with that either. Many saw their numbers plummet overnight by about 60 to 70%. There was a lot of traffic lost for a lot of people, primarily content providers, news organizations, stock photo sites. They took the brunt of it. Essentially, after that, most SEOs started to pretty much claim that SEO, or at least image SEO, was dead.
Look who knows so much, huh? Well, it just so happens that your friend here is only mostly dead.
So, after that, Getty, a couple years after that, Getty Images files a lawsuit against Google over the view image functionality, basically stating that they're diverting visitors, users, away from the website and jacking the content, for lack of a better term. While Getty brought the lawsuit, there were a lot of others that were really cheering Getty on because they were feeling the pain of essentially having all their content, their image content, in the engine, but they weren't getting any benefit from it. So it really was upsetting to a lot of content creators. A lot took other avenues. They started to heavily watermark things. They started to kind of give low res images and click through for the high res, and it'd be an Ajax version. Anyway, there were a lot of workarounds that people were trying to do to try and capture that actual click, because Google basically was circumventing the site and just showing the actual content. So, after a couple of years of the lawsuit, Getty Images be all like, and Google removed the feature from their image search results. I guess they blinked. I'm not sure what the settlement was. The details of that settlement wasn't given. However, I'm sure it was a doozy. When Google removed the button, I immediately saw traffic spiking for clients. Content providers immediately saw the benefit from Google Images to their site. Those referrals just shot up, just like they tanked down. Not as much, but they did shoot up. Then I was pretty much chomping at the bit to find out how everybody else was doing. So I contacted a bunch of different sites, surveyed the data from about 55 enterprise level sites, and found that the traffic on these sites had all jumped about an average of 40%. That's pretty huge considering Google just removed the button. So this manna from heaven was a pretty large increase. One site has seen just about 600,000 additional visits simply from that change. So it was pretty big. So, image SEO isn't dead after all. What does this mean for you? Well, simply images are bringing in traffic again. So it's time to put resources into optimizing them. well, from Google at least. DuckDuckGo and Bing still have the functionality. There's some chatter about whether or not users will leave Google to go over to Bing, to go over to DuckDuckGo simply for that functionality. Call me old school, but an extra click to right-click an image and open in a new tab really doesn't bother me all that much. But, you know, then again, I'm used to getting a page and driving around looking for a freaking payphone to call somebody back. So maybe the younger generation is just a little bit more impatient than I am. Anyway, it's time to put some time and resources into optimizing your images. You're going to reap the benefits right away from it. Optimize the images, file names, the captions, alt text, the URLs. Put them in your XML sitemaps. Be sure to check out schema.org, use any appropriate tags, structured data, that sort of thing. The effort you put into your images are no longer just going to benefit Google, which is what it was. People were putting a lot of time and effort into images, and they weren't really seeing the benefit from it. So a lot of clients were saying, look, the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. I'm not going to spend time and resources on making my images more attractive and more visible if users aren't even going to come to the site. So now that's no longer the case. So take the time and effort, put it in there, convince your clients, convince your company to put some resources behind it. For more, please subscribe. That button right down there at the bottom, right down there, push it. And you will see me do a variety of these. I have a vlog. Subscribe to the channel. I promise you I'll be at least a little bit entertaining for the most part. Not a total nerd, so I won't bore you to death. Hit the red button. Do it.